now relate to your self-belief, because it's very important, or it's a basic of starting your personal growth. I believe how you can start believing in yourself if you're living in the system which is everything the same and the history, etc. Going from my personal experiences, when I learned that Slovenians were much earlier in this place, and we are not the small nation, the nation who was always like that and not important. When I learned that we were actually the opposite, something moved in me. And from this point, I'm now much stronger, and I can now much quicker learn and raise my consciousness at the end of the day. So it's very important that you brought up this history. So I think the history is important, and I never understood before. If you want to go further, you need to understand the history. I didn't understand before. Now I
where
feel
you
it.
come from.
Where you come from.
The roots are so important.
Yes.
I experience how the roots are important because I come from a different part of Slovenia that I'm living now. And now I'm living in the part of Slovenia more time than I was in my hometown. But when I come into my hometown, it's like my being gets so empowered. And then I also, this feeling of mine confirmed scientific research that said that people that stay in their hometowns, they develop much further. And that it's very good for the community, for people not to go away. So it all comes down back to the history where there were those small communities, and they had very high arrangements of society, at least what we found out about Slovenians. And an interesting engineer, Slovenian, privately was researching the Slovenian history, and he wrote a book, The Roots of, like the story of Slovenians, of Slovenian roots. First part, he said. And he said, because when you write from love, there is never end. You just have to cut it, so you give a book out. And his name is Simon Prosen, and I have the answer for you around why you were not listening to your historians, because they were coming just from the rational level. They were not coming from their soul when they were like delivering those informations. And I still have why, for example, we loved certain teachers. Because they were like speaking from their heart, from their passion, with the whole being. They were living this information. And this is how Simon was also writing this book. He was checking the written history, he was checking the stories of our nation, and he was then intuitively checking the information if it was vibrating with his DNA. And the things, the patterns that he found out through his spiritual intelligence, then he wrote the things that he felt were true. And when you hear him talk, that's a very interesting experience. And this is what is the meaning of existence of a human being. That he operates on all his levels: physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. It's not meant for us to be this physical, mental robots that do what they say and are safe and be safe and stay home and
that's the agenda, not so because of the control of us, right? So that's like we're going to that direction. And
it's there are interesting times definitely, and but again, focusing on the agenda and on the outside world is also the agenda.
Yeah, of course.
Because the point is that I focus on my life. And this then goes together with all the aspects, with all the people. Because what my clients want is just get through the day and be a little more happy tomorrow than they were today, and just to get along with the people they love most, and to earn as much as they can so they can have a quality life. And they found out that the way the world and they worked till their 40s, it's not working anymore. And they know they have to find a new way, but they don't know what. So I show them. Because they are afraid. Because the belief is out that if you start balancing your energy, if you're not so much in this linear male principle, you cannot earn money, and that's the biggest BS. It's just advertising. Trust me, I've been there. But yeah, of course they are afraid. I'm afraid all the time. But life, it's pain management.
It is.
So this is why management is a good thing, because if you build a strong structure in your life, it helps you when you are weak. It supports you. So we need structure and we need content. We need both. We need male principle and we need woman principle. That doesn't mean we need men, we need women. No, that's in one person, are all both principles. But of course, if you want to be a woman, you are a little bit more of a woman.
And in the family, that's from my personal view, it's important that both male and female energies are present in both parents, and therefore you can be strong and the whole as much as possible. Yeah? This is what you were saying 1 hour ago, yeah? That, setting apart the family, I would say it's not good. It should be stayed together, and then we can raise our children strong, in self-belief, and they can really get faster with this consciousness.
Yeah, but also also parents needs to work on themselves, right? So it's not
That's
so it's like it goes both go.
Not needed.
No, they're perfect as they are, right? So no, I mean it's then we come to the things like when you're born, you choose your parents, you choose your place where you're born, you choose your mission, but you forget, right? Do you agree with that, or how does that show you?
I will express myself as yes, that is my belief.
Okay.
Because I don't know.
No,
but,
okay. Yeah.
Therefore, it's belief, yeah.
Yeah, that it's for its belief. It makes sense to me right now. But I always say I'm open.
Yeah,
if you have some new knowledge, if you have some new perspective, I'm open to feel it.
Yeah, I agree. But
and if it vibrates with my mission, I will bring it in. Because what we're doing in life is bringing in new knowledge and just broadening our perspective.
Yeah.
And having an open mind. This is what knowledge does. This is what books does. I basically, if someone would ask me what books have you read, I would say I don't know, because it was just highlight and this wow moment and this reflection and oh yeah. I don't know which book.
Yeah.
I just know what was my awakening through that.
Yeah, for me, like through reading the books, it's like I came to a point when I realized, like, So I was like, I read a book and I was like following the steps, right? And then it's like, oh, it's not working, right? And it's like, just fuck. And then you go to another book and like doing. And then it was like, I came to a point that was quite early. It's like, you know what? Just take what works for you, right? And that's from that moment. Each book, I mean, every book that I read is like that. Like, I'm like I read like one book like now in 2 days, all right? And I was like going through the first 20 pages, like, I don't care about this, I don't care about it. I read it, was like, I just went really, and like that, and then I came to a point when I was like, okay, then it's like, my heartbeat was just going like, okay, this is what I was looking for, right? And I was like, okay, and I took time, and I was just like, okay, and I'm gonna read that part again, because it's like, okay, now it needs to settle in me, and just like, okay, but I need to read it again. But it's like, forget about it, like, you don't need to know everything, just like take that was like, okay, you will know it when you come to that point. It's like, you're gonna be like, because for me it was like my life started flashing, and it was like, oh, that's why you made those decisions. Okay, this is, okay. It was like aha moment, and it was like 2 days ago, and I'm like still processing, and it's like, and about the books, I agree. It's just like,
it's about perspective.
Yeah, I do think that books are just a means to an end. Yeah, are just the tools on my path. Not just getting in and doing what it's saying, because then you are lost in your path, in your truth. Yeah, you're just speaking out whatever you said.
Because in the end, that's
the good stuff, you feel it, and maybe it's just one sentence is enough from one book and make click.
But no, in the end of that, that's the author's story, life.
Yeah.
So that's not my life.
True.
It's just his experience and his belief of what is the best for him, what will work for him in the end of the day. You know, like same in a business, the business books I read, like, oh, I need to follow this process and I need to do this and that. And then I was like...
And this is just the opposite.
And now it was the same thing.
It's a paradox,
It's the same thing. And then I was like, oh, okay. And I tried, doesn't matter, the book is great anyway, but like I was like, trying to do exactly the guy did in his business, try to put it in mine. Then I realized like, okay, his business is not the same as mine. Okay, but what is working, right? Okay, what I can attach that to my business. And then when I start looking like that, I'm like, oh, okay, this is okay, this is not working. And it was like the same thing. And like, if people, like, I hope they will, who's going to be listening to this, like, just take that from the book and move on, right? And not follow blindly, like, that's the thing.
I was basically frustrated for whole of my life because of that. And then when I went to the path of knowing who I am, it's like, Manica, you are made to not to follow the structure, but to basically destructure what doesn't work and build from the new information the new world.
Oh, that's good one.
The upgraded. We have to upgrade ourselves. That's the whole point. Don't complicate it, just do it. Just do it. This is also the sentence I hated. I can't do it. Just do it. Don't think. I'm a thinking person. I'm thinking. Stop thinking. Go to your heart. Shut up. What heart? It's a pump. It's nothing else.
Oh, I need it.
Yeah. So this is where the meditation comes in. The mindfulness exercises and stuff like that.